there is some good news coming, hopefully tonight. We have a live letter. 2 a.m. our time.
Woohoo! Guess I'll wake up and watch that.
7 p.m. PDT. So you can check that on YouTube and Twitch. So that will be fun. We'll probably learn new things. Well, specifically, info regarding crafters and gatherers, system-related updates, new PvP mode, and other things for Endwalker. So they will be doing later. Then, the Puff is going to be leaving.
Make sure and get that sorted.
Yep, so the Dragon Quest collab is going to be ending soon. You have till Thursday, November 11th for all of your Puffs.
Yep.
Big business. Get a hat.
Yeah.
This is a serious narrative RPG.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
That's I have to admit it is something of a problem. I know people probably don't like this being brought up, but there's few things that actually not a massive deal, but it does annoy me whenever you're the first time queuing for a trial or a dungeon and you're really in like the narrative moment of what's going on, and then there's some bastard in a chocobo suit. You're like, fuck off. You're like, okay, I understand. Very cool. And we know, and there's at least I know 2 people personally who are very guilty of this, who just dress like absolute meme lords. But yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Immersion.
But yeah, it's the thing where like it's really cute, but especially if you're queuing for a major story moment trial, try to put on something that isn't going to distract people at least. That would be the kinder thing to do. But I don't pay your sub fee, so work away.
Oh man! So yes, that event's going. The Moogle event is still on till 6:00 though. There's also Lyrical Journey Week 4 for Shadowbringers, which as I think we talked about recently in the last one, they're probably only doing this if there's going to be a Lyrical Journey Week 5 Endwalker.
Yep, and that's the thing. They're doing a pretty good job with how their lyrics are considered and how their music is considered. That people are actually chomping at the bit for lyrics for the Endwalker thing. Yeah. Not even like, we haven't heard this song, because we've heard this song. We just don't know what all the lyrics are, and sometimes some of them are kind of hard to make out because of how they're sung. And people are looking for we need clarification on these 4 lines so we can understand more things going on. Come on, please, give us, please.
Yeah, then there is the H1 financial report from Square Enix. They have had a slight dip. A slight dip in the amount of money they have generated. But overall, things are actually pretty good. So, their key releases, of course, Outriders, Nier Replicant, Neo, World Ends With You, Life is Strange, True Colors. But these failed to deliver the sales seen when FF7 Remake and Marvel's Avengers launched in H1 2020.
Not a surprise.
Yeah, makes sense. Marvel's Avengers, while as a live service it kind of cocked up, it did get a lot of sales.
It did.
Initially for, obviously what it is. Now, actually there was an interesting thing there where they admitted that, okay, Crystal Dynamics was not the studio to go and do a live service game.
Yeah, very
But they didn't do that in a way that was dunking on Crystal Dynamics. They did it in a way that was we as leadership should better consider some things, which I liked. Now, while it remains the smallest subsegment, sadly, MMO net sales did see a big boost, up 32.5% year on year to $27.7 billion, which is $243 million, attributed to sharp growth in the number of FF14 subscribers, which, of course, they hope will further be boosted with Endwalker. Please tell us your sub numbers, please.
Hang on a second. I have a little thought here. I need to check something. Yes. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that is the H1 financial report. It was people were getting confused, I saw online, because the annual report they released was talking about fiscal results ending March 31st. Which is where they said about Crystal Dynamics not being the best choice for it and Marvel's Avengers being disappointing. They said that in the annual report that was talking about last year's fiscal results that ended in March this year. But this is the H1 report that's a separate thing.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of weird that around the same time they released 2 documents talking about different time periods. Cool. But one was the big annual report, the one that I was showing you with the bit they had at the end about how they do paternal and maternal leave and stuff like that. And I was like, this is kind of cool, interesting, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, so good stuff. And hopefully they get more money to
that'd be nice.
the dev team gets more resources and such. It is the most profitable game in the franchise.
Yep.
So it's pretty big. Now then, speaking of the franchise, there's the Geforce Leaks.
Oh boy.
Which, you know, those Geforce Leaks proving a little bit more real as time goes on, aren't they?
Yeah. I think the specific parts that people find the specific things that have happened since that leak that has everyone going, oh shit, they're onto something here, was the GTA trilogy announcement for November and the God of War PC announcement for January. Because I think this is, so for a little bit of context here, I believe this is actually all information from the original GeForce Now leak. It's just that whoever it was actually compiled a list of all of them that have release dates attached. And now people are going, hang on, this makes sense now. Yep. Whereas before everyone was just looking at the actual list of games. Yeah,
so for some of the interesting things then.
This feels like a wish list, not even joking.
Yeah, so Chrono Cross Remaster. Now you can see these are all the first. So this is basically just like we think what NVIDIA in their internal thing is penciled in for a release date.
Yeah, which is likely, I think likely they were told it's in this ballpark. Yeah. Because NVIDIA need to know their rough timings in order to make sure things are ready for PC. So.
Yeah,
or for not just PC, but for I guess if they're doing cloud stuff anywhere else, maybe. Who knows?
All the shit is needed. But yeah, what this then means is Chrono Cross Remaster, December 1st this year. Dragon Quest 12.
Yeah, we know that's coming, but
early 2023.
Yep.
FF7 Remake, June 2022.
Will be on PC, obviously, that one.
Yeah. Oh, another FF remake.
FF9 remake, yep.
Ooh.
For April, we know Final Fantasy Origin is in March. We know that already.
Yep.
And then,
it's gonna be good. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster, February 2022. Kingdom Hearts 4, 30th of September 2023.
Long way away. So that'll likely be, we're aiming for early 2024 after delays and stuff. Likely for that, but it does mean they are at least telling NVIDIA it's going to happen.
And Tactics Ogre Remaster.
Yep.
Also.
Yeah, and this is the thing. So I've got a little bit of this for a news video that we'll be recording and coming up later on, but there's just some of these are really interesting. So the Chrono Cross Remaster, obviously to start with, the thing was that we've seen ActRaiser Remake come out from this, it was a surprise announcement, a surprise drop. It was on the list, and everyone's like, that's not going to fucking happen. What are you on about? But it did. And then there's something else as well that from Square Enix. So we had Dungeon Encounter. Dungeon Encounter was also there that no one knew about. But now the Chrono Cross Remaster seems like, well, that's a bit kind of out of left field. Except for what... I've talked about this another time, I believe, but the Irish radio interview.
Yes.
Where there was an interview on an Irish radio station. I can't remember where. It was somewhere around Cork. I think it was like a Cork radio station, maybe. Or maybe Dublin one, I'm not entirely sure, but it was with one of the Irish musicians who was with the daughter of an Irish musician who worked with Yasunori Mitsuda on Chrono Cross and Xenogears, and they worked on that stuff together. And then people saw this interview was this lady talked about a PlayStation remake. That was all that was said, a PlayStation remake that there's music been worked on for. And then everyone's like, what could this be? Hang on, that person's worked with Mitsuda. What's Mitsuda been doing? Oh, there's a picture of a like a Skype call or a Teams call, whatever it was called, with that person on. Okay, PlayStation, Mitsuda, that's Chrono Cross or Xenogears. And now we're basically sure it is definitely Chrono Cross because it's here. And that could be a surprise Game Awards announcement. Maybe it's been pushed because I think some things have been pushed a bit like further back, but it almost, we have decent things, a decent reason to believe that that's real. We have other things to believe that are real. So Tactics Remaster, that makes sense. Tactics Ogre Remaster, that makes sense because Matsuno's been a little bit quiet on Twitter around a couple things. And also Yoshi P is now sitting on the board of the Final Fantasy Council of people where they're all sitting around going, well, what do we do for the Final Fantasy series next? Obviously they're going to go, well, you can't buy Tactics anymore. Give it to them. Well, you can, but it's a really old version. Doesn't really work too well on iOS now. Same with Tactics Ogre. No one can play Tactics Ogre. And, Matsuno, important. important to him, of course. I don't have the box here, but there's a box in the office with it in.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Tactics as well. There's never been a better time for them to go, actually, right, just pump these remasters. Pump the shit out of them, get them out there, go like hell. So that's going to be a very interesting next couple months from Square Enix, which might counter, you know, they might just be waiting for FF16 to go, here's FF16, here's everything you need to know about FF16, and go, once that's out, then, oh yeah, here's all the other stuff I'm sitting on. Please enjoy. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, certainly will. And to continue that, especially for you, Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yep,
January
2023.
1st, 2023, so 2023 sometime.
Yeah, that cannot come fast enough. I've talked about Dragon's Dogma enough.
Fight
on
a
the
dragon
stream,
on the moon.
Fight a dragon on the moon, I can't wait. Oh my god, I can't wait.
Well, maybe you'll do that in a few weeks. In
Certainly.
fairness.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Monster Hunter 6, I'm sure that will get no small number of sales in summer 2023. Maybe, probably going to be delayed, but you know what it is. Resi 4 Remake, I think that might do pretty big. November 1st, 2022. Resident Evil Outbreak Remake, March 4th, 2022. And Pragmata, January 1st, 2023.
Which also has the moon.
Like, yeah, these are not release dates. These are just like, I guess, NVIDIA's internal sort of system date, because they need to know shit, as you said. So don't take that as gospel whatsoever, but, you know, add 6 months and it'll probably come out within that period of time.
Yeah.
Perhaps. So there you go. That is...
It's one hell of a time to be a fan of Japanese games. I've been saying this for the past like year now, but especially now when everything seems to just be going perfectly right for them. Everything's just going in their favor, and they're learning all the lessons that they should have learned a long time ago. And I think that, like, I mean, Tales of Arise doing extremely well is kind of big. Them announcing a Star Ocean in the West first and going, fuck it, you'll play it. Even though the character models may not do the designs justice, as you rightfully pointed out. But it's such a great time, especially for the FF franchise. Oh yeah, and Shin Megami Tensei 5 is coming out. Well, yeah, and reviews have been very, very fun for that, because obviously everyone who's just going, Shin Megami Tensei 5, it feels kind of like a Persona game, but without the parts that make Persona Persona. And you're like, whoa, don't be fucking stupid. That's, for fuck's sake.
What a surprise.
Yeah.